Hi, it's Ginny Fey with Real Estate One, and I'm here with Jeff DuFort from Preferred Roofing Company. And I have known Jeff for several years now, actually.
Right.
And he is just an awesome guy. But I want him to talk to us about roofing because people have a lot of questions about it. And so let me start off with asking you, how long has Preferred Roofing been in business?
Preferred has been around since 2014. The owner, Tony, has been roofing for 32 years now.
Oh, just a short time.
Right. And he's only 41. So he started when he was 9, worked for his grandfather and his father, and then he got into working for a couple of different commercial roofing companies, and then started his own, like I said, in 2014. We've been going ever since. We do both residential and commercial.
And what type of roofing do you do?
Pretty much anything anyone would need. Like I said, residential, mostly shingles.
Mm-hmm.
We get into cedar shakes. We do some metal, and then also flat roofs, membrane roofing, which is more commercial, but there is some residential that has a flat membrane roof as well.
Wow, well that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So whatever you need.
How often on a basis do most people need a new roof? I've heard that they can last from 15 to 20 years, and some have got a lifetime of 30 and above.
Right, exactly, all of that. The average roof is right around 20 years. When I talk to people and they say it's 18 years, it's like, well, it's time to start thinking about it. You may not need it yet. 15 years is if someone has put in a less expensive product. It's going to wear out faster.
Okay.
And
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for, exactly. There are roofs that I've seen that are 30 years old and they still look good. But those are also people that I tell it's time you should start thinking about it, budgeting it, but may not need it right away.
Okay. So average cost on a roof, what would that be?
Probably
all over the place.
Every house is a little different. They have different, peaks and dormers and so on. Probably $15,000 to $20,000 right now, which is really, that's something to start saving for, something to think about. It's not just here, write a check. There are projects, a lot of them that we do in the $10,000 project area, but other ones that were in the $30,000 to $50,000. So.
Okay, now I've heard of people putting shingles on top of shingles. Mm-hmm. How often can you do that? And can you do that?
You can, but we frown on it for several reasons. One is we can't warranty anything if we do that.
Okay.
The reason being is we can't see what's going on under the existing shingles. Mm-hmm. So if there's rotten wood and so on, the manufacturers we cannot warranty it at all. So, which I think is a big deal. The warranties are important. If you put over an old shingle, you're just asking for trouble. If you've had a leak and you may not see it, there's mold starting in there, it's just best to do it right, take everything off, we can inspect it, replace any sheeting that needs to be done, and then dry it in, put the shingles on, make sure it's done
correctly. Yes, that's very good. Wow. I heard you talking to somebody about a story of a man that had hired your company to come out and do something in, and the initial bid was like $15,000 because he had a small roof and so on. And tell me about that and what happened with him.
That was just a small home, and it was closer to $10,000, which was well within his budget. That's what he kind of planned for. Once we got into his roof, got the shingles taken off, saw what was really going on. Most all of the decking, which is the boards that make up the roof that hold the shingles, was rotten. So we had to peel that off, resheet it, and then he had an insulation issue because it was it was kind of a World War II type home that was just put together when they were putting them together really fast. Yeah. So he didn't have much insulation. He had a lot of ice dams. So we put on what's called a cold roof, which is actually an extra space, another decking, and then we put the shingles on there. It went over his budget, but it's done right. He'll never have to do another roof on that home again, and it ended up being about $16,000.
I bet he's very happy though.
He is.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, very good.
Yep.
I don't know if I need a new roof or not. I think the roof on this house I've lived here for 10 and a half years, and the roof has been there from then on, but I'm assuming it's 15 years old or something. It's what I would guess, but I will have you take a look at it because,
Great.
you know, it's always worthwhile to check it out because it is an expense and it's something you do have to budget for. I mean, I budget for my vacations and I budget for other things, so I might as well budget for a roof too.
Right.
Exactly.
And we're happy to come out and do that, so you have a price point, even if you don't do it now, you'll have an idea what it will be, at least a baseline of where it could be in the future.
Right. And you can tell somebody, like, it might be 3 years or 4 years before you have to do something, So I think that would be a very good thing to do.
Yeah, we do that quite frequently.
Does it cost them for you to come out and do that?
Not at all.
Very good.
To get me, it's free. I come out and do the inspections. We take a lot of pictures, and with the program we have, it hooks up to satellite, gives me all the measurements I need, and then I run the quote and give you the numbers. If you have an issue, then we have to get one of our repair technicians up on the roof. Then there is a fee for that.
Okay. Well, that
especially if
makes
you
sense,
leak,
yeah.
we do leak repairs as well. So to get one of those guys up there, there is a fee involved in that.
Okay.
So,
very good.
yeah.
So if somebody wanted to contact you and have you come and look at their roof, how would they get a hold of you?
Phone number is 231-709-5933. Happy to come out, even throughout the winter. We work all winter long, not installing, but as far as quoting and so on, doesn't matter the weather.
That's the nice thing. The problem is in the wintertime, when my inspector goes to inspect a roof, he can't because it's covered with snow.
Right.
But you can still do an estimate because you have the satellite to tell you the dimensions and so on.
Correct.
So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. You have a saying at your company.
Yes. Once we get done with the roof, we would like to see you out on the street, see you at a restaurant, see you at the grocery store. We just don't ever want to see you again about that roof. So we make sure it's done the first time, right.
That's a good saying. I like that. Okay. Again, it's Jeff DuFort with Preferred Roofing, and I highly, highly recommend Preferred Roofing.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, and we will talk to you later.